All right, so we got week 5, Buccaneers versus the Falcons. Should be a good one. This is a Thursday night football game. Uh, Vegas is favoring Atlanta by 1.5. The model has it being close. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay on this one. It should be a good game. So the model is favoring Tampa by 6 with 63% chance, and that just correlates. And again, that's pure correlation here for 3.5 points. When you come over and look at the points, is it has Tampa winning 24 to 20 to 21 ish, something along those lines. Again, really should be a good game. I do believe that a lot of people are going to tend to look at the Thursday night games, and oftentimes they're just going to go straight with the who's ever's favored. I don't really like that method. I think that it is just lazy. Yeah, I realize that they're coming off of a short week. Probably is going to, I think the defenses are probably going to be um, tired and trying to recover. The offenses might not have enough time to maybe work some things out, but I'd be interested to look at some of the math on some of that, but to see that perhaps it favors the offense more. A lot of people really don't like Thursday Night Football. I think it is fantastic. Um, and so make of that what you will in terms of how the short weeks can affect the play. When I look at the Bayesian correction, and again, the yellow means it's like it's not the strongest. If it were red, that's just based upon how I program this. Is to say, hey, in this case, it's saying both teams are actually performing better than what the model has predicted they were. In which case, it says it tightens that up to about 1.5 points, which quite frankly seems pretty reasonable to me. But again, it's exactly opposite of what the favorite is. My suspicion is that they're the odds makers oftentimes are going to look at who has a home field advantage, and Atlanta has a reputation for being a difficult place to play. And so you can certainly, I would say, I don't apply that here, and you can apply that based upon what the numbers come out to be. So if that's a value that you think is strong, run with it. If you don't, go with what the raw values are. Personally, I think because there's not a big travel, and yeah, I realize playing a dome can be a big deal because it can get real loud there. But at the same time, a good team's a good team. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I think these teams are probably fairly equally matched. So I think you can go either way on this one. Like I said, the model, if I were to run this model a couple hundred more times, is I promise you is it's going to be pretty close to that, as it can go one way or the other. So that's the whole point of the Monte Carlo simulation. Let's go ahead and look at the flat numbers here. So it's got Tampa Bay with the advantage in terms of the passing, with Atlanta having a stronger run game. Point thing I would point out is Kirk Cousins. He's going to start passing better and better. Other thing I would point out is that Kirk Cousins does have a uh, reputation for throwing interceptions, but so does Baker Mayfield. So I think we're going to see those for sure. Uh, Atlanta, to their credit, went out and they got some offensive line, so you better protect Kirk Cousins because they paid $1 bazillion for him and they don't want to see him blow out that Achilles tendon again. Meanwhile, Baker Mayfield, they don't make that quite the same promise to him yet. He's not quite as accomplished, and he probably is not as he's much more mobile. And so he's going to hold on the ball longer and also put himself more at risk. So I think that's just a function of experience and potentially the offensive line as well. A couple things I would point out is when we come over here, Atlanta's been fumbling the ball a bit more. That makes a difference. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay, it's basically saying it's negligible, is what that's going to come down to. I do notice that that's showing that Tampa Bay might very well have a higher upper range there, that ball control. That could definitely make a big difference in a game like this. Uh, um, but if you look at the medians, they're pretty close to about the same. So then when you come down here, you definitely see that Tampa Bay is not a particularly explosive team as compared to Atlanta. So it looks to me as though when you look at the raw numbers, just some of these turnovers can really make a big difference. Both teams, I think, are pretty equally matched. Should be a good Thursday night game. And so, as I've been saying, I'm going to continue to say the whole rest of the year. I'm trying to make wanted to see some increases in subscribers. So if you like what you listen to, like and subscribe. If you've got a question or comment, drop me a note. Thank you.